Sai Ram devotees, welcome to Launch Park Sai Center's online Satsangh. Many of us are here today because we love ourselves enough to want to achieve our highest potential, to realize that we are God. Baba has given us one such method to help in this realization, and that is the below affirmation. I am God. I am God. I am no different from God. I am the eternal, undifferentiated Absolute. Grief and anxiety cannot affect me. I am always content. Fear cannot enter me. I am Satchitananda. I am pure existence, awareness, and bliss. I am omnipotent. I am all-powerful. Nothing is impossible for me. I am omniscient. I am all-knowing. There is nothing which is not known to me. I am omnipresent. I am present everywhere. I pervade this universe. I am Krishna. I am Buddha. I am Jesus. I am Sai. I am Sai. I am Sai. I am God. I am God. I am God. Before we begin our satsang, let us also set our intention for today's satsang and for life. I intend to realize that I am God, that we are all God. Let us now begin with our opening prayer.
you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
Shirdi Baba Sri Satya Sai Narayana Sai Baba.
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 Let us sing the name of Sai, let us praise the Lord.
Let us sing the name of Sai, let us praise the Lord.
Let us sing the name of Sai, let us praise the Lord.
Let us sing the name of Sai, let us praise the Lord.
He has come on earth for us, He is our joy.
He has come on earth for us, He is our joy.
He has come on earth for us, He is our joy.
He has come on earth for us, He is our joy.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
Shirdi Baba Sri Satya Sai Narayana Sai Baba.
Shri Baba Sri Satya Sai Narayana Sai Baba.
Let's rejoice and follow Him, listen to His word.
Let's rejoice and follow Him, listen to His word.
Let's rejoice and follow Him, listen to His word.
Let's rejoice and follow Him, listen to His word.
Do not look elsewhere for Him, He is in your heart.
Do not look elsewhere for Him, He is in your heart.
Do not look elsewhere for Him, He is in your heart.
Do not look elsewhere for Him, He is in your heart.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
Shirdi Baba Sri Satya Sai Narayana Sai Baba.
Shri Baba Sri Satya Sai Narayana Sai Baba.
Let us sing the name of Sai, let us praise the Lord.
Let us sing the name of Sai, let us praise the Lord.
He has come on earth for us, He is our joy.
He has come on earth for us, He is our joy.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
Shirdi Baba Sri Satya Sai Narayana Sai Baba.
Shri Baba Sri Satya Sai Narayana Sai Baba.
Let's rejoice and follow Him, listen to His word.
Let's rejoice and follow Him, listen to His word.
Do not look elsewhere for Him, He is in your heart.
Do not look elsewhere for Him, He is in your heart.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
I love you, Lord, I love you. You and I are one.
Shirdi Baba
introduce the Battlecast segment. Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Satya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Satya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Satya Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Brahma Vishnu Shiva Sai Ram. Parabrahma Sai Ram.
Parabrahma Rupa Sai Ram.
Brahma Vishnu Shiva Sai Ram.
Brahma Vishnu Shiva Sai Ram.
Parabrahma Rupa Sai Ram.
Parabrahma Rupa Sai Ram.
Mata Pita Guru Sai Ram.
Mata Pita Guru Sai
Jagadguru Satya
Ram.
Sai Ram.
Mata Pita Guru Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Satya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Satya Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Satya Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Brahma Vishnu Shiva Sai Ram.
Parabrahma Rupa Sai Ram. Mata Pita Guru Sai Ram. Jagadguru Satya Sai Ram. Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Sincerity is the key.
Coach, you asked me to stop telling lies. What is wrong in telling a few harmless lies? What does one get by speaking the truth?
Mike, you should give up bad habits one by one, even though it's easy to continue with them. Let me share a story on how giving up one bad habit will result in a lot of good for you. A man with many bad habits became a thief. He heard one day that a great spiritual master resided in his town.
Oh Lord, please introduce me to the spiritual life.
Give up at least one bad habit.
Okay, let me not tell any more lies from today.
The same evening, he sneaked in the dark to the palace of the king. On the terrace of the palace, he bumped into another man.
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I am a thief. I want to steal something from this palace.
Me too. Let's go and do it together. Oh, there is so much for both of us here. Let's take away all the jewels.
I feel pity for the king as we are stealing his entire treasury. I think it's not fair. Hey, let's leave at least one diamond.
Your Majesty, there has been a robbery. The treasury is empty.
Oh, is it so? Minister, please go and investigate immediately.
Oh, what luck! The thief has left one diamond. I shall take it and the blame will go to the thief. O king, the treasury indeed was cleaned out. There is nothing left.
I remember the thief leaving a diamond. I'm sure this minister is lying. Guards, go and find the thief.
O king, I confess that I stole your treasury last night, but I had left behind one diamond.
Your Majesty, yes, the minister has the diamond. Here it is.
Thus, the minister was arrested, and the honest thief was made the new minister.
Sairam, the moral of the story is, try to give up one bad habit at a time. It will benefit you in many ways. The thief in the story gave up the habit of telling lies, and his honesty helped him become a minister to the king. Sairam.
Guided visualization on universal light. Imagine that there is a light in front of you. Using your imagination, bring this light to the forehead and into the head. Let the head be filled with light. Then think, whenever there is light, darkness cannot be present. I will only think good and useful thoughts. Expand the light to the heart and imagine that there is a flower bud there. When the light reaches the flower bud, see it is opening into a beautiful flower. Feel it opening. See? It is full of love, peace, and joy. Let the light expand down the two arms to the hands. Let these hands be filled with light. Think, let me do only good, kind, and helpful things. Now, the light expands through the body and down the legs to the feet. Think, may my feet take me places where I will be safe and in good company. Be aware of the light in the head and in the mouth and tongue. Think, may I always speak the truth and only what is kind and only what is useful and necessary. Slowly expand the light to the ears Let the ears be filled with light, and think, let me only hear good things. Expand the light to the eyes, and let your 2 eyes be filled with light. Think, let me see good in all things. May I see beauty and harmony in all things around me. Be aware of the light in the head. Imagine that light and love is radiating from the top of your head to surround your mother and father, or whoever looks after you. They are now full of light. Think, may my mother and father be filled with peace. Now, expand the light to your teachers and send it out to your relatives and friends, to the people you like, to someone you may have a problem with. Let it expand out to all the people in the world, to all beings, people, animals, birds, fish, to all trees and plants everywhere, to the rocks, and to the planet itself. Think, may the world be filled with light. May the world be filled with love, peace, and happiness. Then let the light expand to every corner of the universe. Think, I am in the light. The light is in me. I am the light. Now allow the light to flow back down through the top of your head, back down into your heart. This light will stay with you all day. Let this light radiate out from your heart to fill your entire being. Let it radiate out from you to everyone you meet throughout the day. Now bring your attention gently back to the room. Open your eyes and stretch. and smile at the person next to you.
The world today is running a race of development and advancement at breakneck speed, with prosperity at the finish line. But in this crazed hurry, too much more than often, we tend to forget those who run with us, or who at least wish to. Those who still might not have moved an inch from the starting line. And there are many more still living around, but unknown to us, with a flickering hope of finding someone who would care for them. 15 years ago, it was the story of one such mother and her children which moved Bhagwan Baba, the avatar of the Kali. And it was then that he willed to shake the long-still world from its slumber, and thus began a movement that metamorphosed into a mammoth project which came to be known as Gram Seva. But then, what was the story and how did it all begin?
Starting with sometime in October 2000, September and October early, Swami had asked all faculty members, everybody from Prashant Nilayam school, everybody should come to Bhajan Hall. So we all waited and Swami looked around. And then he made the statement that you all must be wondering why I called. The reason why I called all of you is that sometime back I read that a mother who could not afford, because her husband passed away for some time back, and she couldn't take care of her 2 children. The condition was so poor. She had to give poison to the 2 children for very young, 8 and 10. And then she also consumed because she couldn't stand they not being there. Just because she's not able to afford to bring them up, give basically like a one meal a day at least, she committed suicide. I mean, lot more write-up was there, and then Swami showed the newspaper clipping. Then finally he said, in Bharat, the place of Annapurna, if this is going to be the fate of people, I don't know how many such people are committing suicide. I think we need to do something. We were all wondering that, what is that we can do to overcome a problem of that size and magnitude of a country the Swami is talking about. Then we were also waiting for Swami to provide a lead. What is it he has in mind? We waited and Swami said, see, I want you to go to villages around here and I want you to serve them. Then Swami said, I want you to go and give my prasadam to all the people so that they'll feel that there's somebody caring for them. So this is what the whole genesis is. And then Swami said, now holidays are coming, so make all the preparations, and then whoever wants to go home and let them go and come back. After you come back from vacation, we'll have the Gram Seva. That means, after Akhand Bhajan, that time, when we used to be there, then and Swami also said, I want all the campuses to be here.
This project of Gram Seva started long back, and the part which was allotted to the girl students of Swami's educational institutions was the packing, which is to happen in the nights. Particularly the nights. Why? Because the food should not go bad by the time it reaches into the hands of the receiver. And that is why the Gram Seva packing used to get started in the nights at around 9:30 and would continue till morning, early hours of the morning by 2:33, 3:34. And this depended upon the number of packets which had to be packed for that particular night. And the number depended upon where the distribution had to take place. Accordingly, the rice was cooked, it was cooled, and was kept ready for mixing. The process of packing the food was demonstrated by Bhagwan himself, and the same process is being followed till date. Initially, Bhagwan himself used to come into the sheds, watch the cooking, taste the seasoning, and okay it for packing. The process of packing actually gets started the previous day afternoon itself, when the students of Bhagwan's school come to the sheds where the packing must happen in the nights and arrange the packing material. That is, a leaf is laid over a newspaper so that the packet could sustain the travel and the distribution and would remain fresh by the next day afternoon. The number, suppose, happens to be 35,000 or 40,000 for the next day distribution. The laying of the newspaper and the leaf is always done a 5,000 more than the required number. The total number of people who get benefited by participating in this beautiful program comes up to nearly 700, where Bhagwan's staff from Super Speciality, the Anandpur campus of the Institute, the Ishwaramba school, and the primary school students participate together. The mixing is done by the staff and the students wearing gloves in their hands so that there is no doubt about the hygiene of the food. And this mixed rice is again heaped into big, huge units. Each unit contains around 50 kgs of rice, and the number of packets which should come out of this heap are also numbered. Around 350 grams of rice is the standard of each packet, and in case there is discrepancy in the number of packets, great care is taken to avoid it by measuring continuously the packets which are packed by the students. This packing happens along with singing of bhajans, creating a beautiful ambience of divine vibrations, passing on the love of Bhagwan and concern that flows into the packets and reaches out to each who partakes of these packets.
The enormity of this packing of saris and dhotis is something that stunned me. And when I went and saw there, though I have not been an actual part of it, when I went and saw, I saw almost 200 to 300 saris being packed every single day and loaded into 40-45 trucks. And that this happens for close to 9 days. Yes, quantity is one thing, but then in all Swami's projects, all of us understand that quality is what matters to Swami, and every single piece is being checked meticulously by the students who pack them, and the teacher in charge is continuously standing there inspecting that this process is maintained. And not just the quality, Swami has also specifically mentioned that the sari and the dhoti must be handed over to the elderly couple in the family and not just to anyone. This shows the level of detail to which Swami can go into.
Suffused with love and charged with his blessings, 40 conveyors, accumulating about 1,000 of us brothers and teachers, head out for numerous villages, known yet unknown, in Puttaparthi, Bukkapatnam and Kottacheru. As we leave, proud sonorous praises of Swami's divine name emanate, booming from every truck and filling onlookers with exhilaration. Sometimes these journeys lasted several hours, but would we care? For time mysteriously zoomed by, lost that we were in the collected fervor of singing bhajans and listening to each other's experiences with Swami. Besides, with every passing mile, our excitement only multiplied. Why, you wonder? Well, closer and closer we were to fulfilling our promise, earnest and eternal, to our Divine Mother, of sharing what has been shared with us and love as has been loved. As little children race with our conveyors in the sheer glee of our arrival, and we notice every family's gaze intent upon us, the feeling is akin to a child who has returned to his own mother after a year-long wait of enduring hope. Celestial vibrations fill nooks and corners as Swami's name is invoked, bringing Sai music into the communities and smiles upon the faces of young children. As we begin, arms loaded with Swami's prasadam, the people, these chosen beneficiaries of Swami's love, in their own humble ways welcome us, new and old, into their homes and hearts every single year, as though we are their own. Little is said, more is done, all with a smile and gentle Sairam on our lips. The giver, the given, and the giving are all, after all, one and the same. It is ensured that every household, every family, no matter how far and deep they might be in the village, they shall be sought for and served right at their doorstep. But then, what difference would a packet of rice and a pair of clothes make in the lives of these people, I wonder. And that day, as I saw that old lady's eyes well up with tears of gratitude, I realized that it was never about that one packet of rice or one pair of clothes. These were people unknown to the rest of the world, living their own lives, every day a challenge. The gratitude that I saw that day in their eyes was not of that rice packet or the pair of clothes that they received. It was the love that they were grateful for, the love of Sai that assured them that someone cares for them. No matter how far they are from the rest of the world, they still are loved for the sake of love alone. All this while, I used to think that these people were the beneficiaries and that we were being facilitators in a project started by our master. Little did I realize then that this was his grand game plan. For today, I see his master plan unfold when I see my childhood in each of these children. When I see my mother in all those mothers who stood with tears in their eyes and blessings in their smile. I see 1,000 lives touched by a small gesture that made them feel loved, cared for, and important. Even if just for a day, but a day every year, year after year. But then, my monkey mind asked, when I would pass out of this institute, how much of this could I do by myself, Swami? How could I do something even a tenth of this scale? Where would the funds come from? Would people even accept me? Well, he would probably reply, since when did you think that you are the doer? All that matters is to have a heart to serve and the willingness to put effort. The rest would follow. I look at this enormous amount of people, smiling faces, the unending convoy of trucks that came loaded with fresh and enthusiastic students are now returning with empty crates, sweaty and tanned faces, tired limbs, but yet with a smile filled with contentment and hearts loaded with love and gratitude to our Master for giving this opportunity to come face to face with what the power of selfless love could achieve. Subtle are your ways, Swami, I said, with tears in my eyes. When were they not? He would probably reply. That was when I realized that this was never about what I did in the Gram Seva. It was always about what Gram Seva did to me. Today, among the thousands of lives touched by Bhagwan Baba in these villages, there are yet another 1,000 lives touched who are traveling back in these trucks and tractors to their home away from home, Prashanti Nilayam, with the hope that many more such lives shall be touched. For today, there are thousands of Prashanti Nilayams across the world, lakhs of people ready to work relentlessly, charged with his energy, and 1 million lives to be transformed. For this was just a beginning. I may or may not visit this village again, perhaps never meet these people again, but wherever I go, I shall search for them, for they exist in every part of the world, awaiting a loving gesture, a helping hand, a caring heart, that would let them know that no matter how fast-paced this world might be, no matter how busy the lives of people therein be, no matter how tough anyone's life could be, there will always be some of us for whom they matter. Their smiles matter. Their lives matter.
May your love we're sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth and bring your joy to every soul that is alive. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu, Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy, be happy. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu, Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. May the love we're sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth and bring new joy to every soul that is alive. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu, Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy, be happy. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu, Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. प्रेम से बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Sairam devotees, we have now come to the end of another beautiful online satsang. I thank you for joining with us as we help each other along our spiritual journeys back to Godhead. Until we meet again, I encourage you all to live in love. Make decisions based on love and allow your divine light to shine and inspire all those around you. Sairam.